Diyan mga ka-USTP, ako nga po pala si Jesse, ang inyong home broadcaster for tonight. Nandito po naman kami para magbigay sa inyo ng mga balita walang halong biro at kasunungan. Alam mo ba, sa unang balita natin, na ang dam sa China ay namimiligro at kinakatakutan. Halika at subaybayan natin. Ang dam ay isa sa mga mahahalagang infrastruktura na ginawa ng tao. Nagbibigay ito ng proteksyon laban sa baha. At maliban dyan ay kinokontrol nito ang daloy ng tubig upang gawing elektrisidad sa mga ating mga syudad. Ngunit alam niyo ba na ang dam sa China na tinatawag na Three Gorge Dam, imbes na magbigay ng proteksyon ay kinakatakutan ito. Ang mismong dam kasi ay namimiligro na masira at maaari itong magdulot ng malaking trahedya. Ngunit sabi ng gobyerno ng China, dahil lang daw ito sa satellite na imahe kaya nagsisilbi itong malaki at hindi daw ito nakakapagdulot ng malaking trahedya. Ngunit alam mo ba na hindi pa nga ito nasisira ay marami na itong nadulot na purwesyo sa ating kalikasan. Ito po si Jesse at ito ang USTP News. O diba, kita nyo? Kahit na napakalaki ng China at napaka-advance sila sa mga teknolohiya ay maaari pa rin sila magkamali lalo na sa kanilang pinagagawa sa kanilang environment. So next is next. Ang susunod nating balita ay tungkol sa ating katubigan dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi na sa Pilipinas pala, pasensya, kundi dito sa buong mundo natin. Halika at tuklasin natin ang balita ni Mr. Texon. Let's go!
Everyone, everywhere has the right of water. Unfortunately, billions of people around the world have no access to safely managed drinking water, defined as the water that is accessible on premises, available on when needed, and free from contamination. In the Philippines, around 1 in 10 people do not have access to improved water sources. Water is an extremely important resource that we cannot live without, but there are Filipinos who are still being left behind in terms of access to improved water sources, especially in rural communities. As the country is beset by El Niño phenomenon and climate change that contribute to increase in temperature, drying up our water sources, the recent water shortage in Metro Manila also highlights the uncertainty of water access even in the nation's capital. When water is scarce, people are often forced to rely on drinking water sources that may not be safe. They may also lack sufficient water for their basic hygiene, to wash themselves and their clothes, and to prevent infection including the waterborne and waterborne diseases. Also, limited supply obliges people to store more water. If not handled properly, this will provide more opportunity for mosquitoes to breed and consequently increases the case of mosquito-borne diseases, such as dengue fever. The World Health Organization is working with the Philippines Department of Health and other sector agencies to ensure safe water for all through the development and implementation of water safety planning, strengthening systems and capacity for drinking water quality surveillance and monitoring, and improvement of water, sanitation, and hygiene health care facilities.
Maraming salamat Mr. Texon. Nakita nyo na napakahalaga ng tubig sa atin kahit saan. Kailangan natin ng tubig para mabuhay. Okay lang siguro na walang elektrisidad kasi nabuhay rin naman yung mga tao noon na walang elektrisidad, pero kapag wala tayong tubig, naku, mahihirapan tayo. Sa susunod nating balita ay tungkol na naman ito sa tubig. Halika at subaybayan natin ang ating bagong report.
Philippine Water and Sanitation Crisis. According to the world.org, nearly 5 million people in the Philippines rely on unsafe and unsustainable water, and 9 million lack access to improved sanitation. Despite its growing economy, the Philippines faces significant challenge in terms of water and improved sanitation access. The country is rapidly urbanizing, and its growing cities struggle to provide new residents with adequate water and sanitation services. In 2010, the government of the Philippines developed a roadmap to achieve universal water and sanitation services coverage by 2028. Water.org is working to support this goal. In the Philippines around the world, People are navigating the COVID-19 pandemic, and millions are striving to endure this crisis with an added challenge. They lack access to the life most critical resource, which is the water. Now more than ever, access to safe water is critical to the health of families in the Philippines. And that would be all for the Philippines water crisis and sanitation access.
Maraming salamat sa iyong balita, Mr. Rubiato. Bago tayo sumunod sa ating balita, ay mag-advertise muna tayo. Ito ang sikat sa atin ngayon. Halika, tungkalan natin. Magbabalik po ang USTP News.
Is it good? Ragnarok M, Eternal Love. Eternal love forever.
Nagbabalik na naman tayo mga ka-USTP News. Ang susunod natin balita ay papahayag ni Mr. Robles. Mr. Robles,
As population increases, the most critical resource is water. Because we rely on water, we use it daily for cooking, for cleaning ourselves, and to prevent dehydration. The big factor here is as population grows, the demand on water also increases. That's why most water nowadays aren't filtered or sanitized, which is not good for our health. In rural areas, some families don't have their own faucet. In order to them to get water, they will buy water, and for the poorest family, like in the sub-Saharan Africa, they will walk for about 3 hours to the nearest swamp, pond, or river just to gather water, which is exposed to germs. To overcome this water crisis, we are going to Number 1. Improve the way water resources manage. Number 2. Educate each individual in how to conserve water. Number 3. Invest in technologies that produce water. Number 4. Strengthen capacities of water utilities. Number 5. Make it affordable for everyone so that the poor people in rural or urban places can afford it. Number 6. Clean water and practice waste management.
talaga ng tubig, no? Kasi isa ito sa ating mga mentors para magbuhay dito sa mundo. Susunod naman ating balita ay hahayaan ni Mesa Basolo. Mesa Basolo, ikaw na.
Residents of Barangay Agusan Cagayan de Oro wants to revive a once flowing water spring after it was buried and covered with rocks and sand in the village. They said that the construction of a new building by a local utility firm has led to an unfortunate burying of the spring. The local government happens to be the Cagayan de Oro Water District or COWD. Another issue the COWD building construction has made for the concerned residents is the possible flooding due to the narrowing creek located adjacent to the COWD lot and where also the buried spring is located.
Hindi ko talaga ma-imagine yung mga ka-USTP news kung wala na tayong tubig dito sa mundo. Kayo, may imagine nyo ba yun? At yun po ang ating mga balita na hatid ng puro katotohanan at walang kasinungalingan sa inyo mga ka-USTP news. Ako nga pala si Jesse, ang inyong home broadcaster for this night. At always nyo tandaan, keep safe, lalo na ngayon na may pandemya tayo. Kung lalabas kayo, magsuot kayo ng face shield at face mask. Always na mag-take ng vitamins at maintain social distancing. Magandang gabi at goodbye sa inyo mga ka-USTP news.